studio.
Stop it. Hey, everybody. We're in the studio today. Yes, we are. We are right here in beautiful downtown Burbank, where we used to give the Fickle Finger of Fate Award.
I have no idea what that is.
The hell you don't.
But John,
you are not that young. You don't know what the Fickle Finger of Fate Award is.
Warner Brothers, we could throw a baseball and hit it. Warner Brothers
I can hit it with a 3-wood. Anyway,
started.
we're here with the Drinks with Dee Dee.
And John.
That's us. Here, click.
Woo!
Wait, we clicked in void and avoid. Let me either click in my camera or your camera. Come on.
All right, well, then give me a kiss in mine territory. Since I had to put the glass over there.
I put my glass down, and that's bad luck. You can't do that. Why? Because it's bad luck to be superstitious. Put that over by your face. My arms are, give me. Okay, thank you. We're glad you joined in.
Do it. Thank you. Yay.
Thank you. We just had a long train ride. I'm drinking bourbon, by the way. Rieger from Kansas City.
Well, so it's whiskey. It's not bourbon. Just so you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a Kentucky girl will correct that. You can
what are you drinking?
Bourbon. Well, I'm drinking vodka, but I've been drinking vodka
What
today.
kind of vodka?
Tito's.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he's right. Okay, wait a minute.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Grey Goose!
There you go, Grey Goose.
You're right, okay, you got it.
So, Grey Goose we bought from a store, but this came to us compliments of our dear friend, Rob Carson. Rob Carson,
Yay,
who is on Newsmax, who is taking the world by storm with all sorts of stuff. He has a podcast, he has a radio show, he has a show on Newsmax, and he's doing really, really great. We saw him at the Union Station in Kansas City. It seems like a month ago.
It does, because we have traveled across country.
It wasn't even a couple of days ago. It was night before last. I think it was night before last, but it seems like a long time ago.
So Rob Carson is going to be the next Rush Limbaugh. I personally think better.
He was one of Rush's writers. He was wonderful.
No disrespect, but I think he's got a lot more personality. I mean, Rush Limbaugh would give my hair is a mess because we just came cross country. Anyway, but John's, weirdly, is perfect because I gave him this hair product that was oily and
you just interrupted yourself. You were talking about Rob Carson and Rush Limbaugh.
I'm getting back to that, but you interrupted me when I was getting back to Rob Carson. So anyway, Rob Carson, I think, is the next way better Rush Limbaugh because he's very funny and charming and wonderful.
Well, but he's also living in a time where politics now is
well, more on the right side.
Well, but it's also funnier because those who are correct, as far as I'm concerned anyways, seem obviously correct. And those who are not just seem like shoplifters with a toaster hanging out of their jacket saying, what?
But look, politics naturally, I mean, the American...
It's not even politics.
But the American world of politics,
survival.
They go back and forth, Democrats, Republicans, and now it's turned our way. We obviously we lean right. So we went through all of that, and now it's right. So and then Tony the Tiger, the boss here, he leans left, but we all get along.
Great.
But we're all Americans.
I don't even know what right and left means, really. I don't know what right and left means because it's all no, but it's all situational. I'm not going to live by somebody else's definition of what I am. Right?
Well,
I mean, things that make sense to me make sense to me.
I agree with a lot of Republicans. I agree with you. Some of them are psycho. It's like, what are you thinking?
I don't agree with a lot of Republicans. I agree with you.
Well, meaning, no. It's like the social conservatives are like, well, you have to be a Baptist and okay, give me a break. The American way is you do whatever you want to do.
Are we using this at all?
I'm just saying that the American way, in my opinion, as long as you're not hurting anyone, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. It's freedom. Freedom.
Is that it?
Philadelphia freedom. I love Elton John.
It's a Sir Elton John.
Elton John. Sir.
His health is not grand.
Yeah, but I love him.
Bad.
Isn't he great?
No, Elton John, I think when the smoke clears, Elton John will be the most played artist.
Well, one of them,
certainly.
Sure.
Well, I think of all time. I don't think there's a day has gone by since I first heard Crocodile Rock that I haven't heard Elton John somewhere.
Maybe Beatles. I like Elton John.
No, I love the Beatles, but I hear Elton John more than I hear the Beatles.
I like him better.
So anyway, excuse me. We did this train ride.
Oh boy.
And
So,
one of the
how did
things.
you do-
Tell me one of the one thing that you thought Joe Biden was going to do in his presidency.
The one thing I thought for sure, like the ringer, that he would do is he'd make the train system better because he always talked about that he would ride on
I
the
had
train.
trains in my basement. Well, we know you spend time in the basement.
No, but the big thing he said he would ride the train. He loved the train, which is Amtrak. Loved going from his home to D.C. and he'd go back and forth commuting to Delaware. And I'm like, well, good. I'm obviously a big
Scranton Joe.
Republican.
I'm Scranton
He-
Joe.
Democrat, but I thought he will make the train system better. And I love trains. I love them. I love to travel. I love to be able to just look out the window and see the country and go to get a snack, get the whatever. Then if you want to take a nap, the point is you don't have to concentrate on driving. You really don't have to concentrate on anything. So train travel to me is quite romantic, very American.
Oh
Lovely.
yeah, it was very romantic. Oh.
No.
Wow. It
But
was
I
so
really
romantic.
counted. I thought Joe Biden, I gave him
I'm
credit.
wearing the same clothes I got on the train
So we smell.
with the other. I know. That's why we drink. Because
We almost got kicked out of the building.
this-
This is see the alcohol.
So I don't want to exaggerate, but when I went to do Grand Hotel in New York, I left Los Angeles in 1989, and I went to New York. I think it was January of 1990 then. So I got there in January of 1990. And I chewed a lot of gum in those days, and I put my gum underneath the sink in the room that I had in my
Gross.
Amtrak
That's
train.
disgusting.
I know it's
Now, why would you
disgusting, but
ever
it's to
do
make a
that in
point.
any
Because
way?
when we got on the Amtrak train to come here from Kansas City, I swear my gum was still under that sink. That's how
Who does that?
frequently.
That is so
Oh,
disgusting.
for Christ, just hear the
Let me
humor
tell
in
you.
it.
Okay.
You're supposed to be a
But
stand-up
then I'm going to
comedian.
add something because I really have a lot
Comedian.
to add on this. Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to make a point. Is that they have not changed the. I think that the car we were in was the same car from when I traveled in 1989
Yeah,
and
I think so, too.
1990.
Yeah, they're
I don't
very
think
old.
they've done
They're very
anything to change the trains, and I think that's. It's too
Sad.
bad because it is a very romantic notion. It is a wonderful notion. When we stopped in Gallup, New Mexico, when we stopped there this morning or last night or whenever, a year ago, whenever it was, it's it is a wonderful way to see parts of our country that you don't really get to see. And like Dee Dee said, you don't have the responsibility of driving, although I drive the motorhome, so one of us doesn't have the responsibility of driving anyway.
Well, I was trying to do John a favor, you don't have to drive anything. And then,
Oh no, it was great. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I'm just saying I didn't enjoy it that much because I had thought, like everything, you can't get a 707 from Atlanta to JFK because they don't fly them anymore. So just as they don't fly a 707 and probably not a 727 anymore, they shouldn't be running these trains. They just shouldn't.
Well,
they
they
should
should
make
get
them
newer
better.
ones.
We should take, and here's one of my recommendations. President Trump, if you watch this show, and I hope you do, because it's just huge. What I would like for you to do is I would like you to take some of this money that the nefarious people were stealing and going on trips and buying homes with, take some of Nancy Pelosi's wealth and give us better trains on Amtrak. Let's do that. In fact, didn't you say I was trending in Qatar? Mm-hmm. So, my dear friends in Qatar, you just gave us a wonderful plane to the United States of America. A beautiful, it's probably a 777. I don't know if it's a 7.
I think it's
40.
more than that. I think it's 1,000.
Well, 777, I think, is the.
I think it's 1,000. I know,
I
but
don't
it's
think they make that. Anyway,
Well, not in America.
my point
Made
is,
in America.
if you would like to give John Schneider, who's trending in Qatar, something really special, give me a James West Wild Wild West
Bum, bum.
train car that we can have Amtrak tow next time we want to go cross country. There you go. And then on this very podcast, we will do like I can't call it a lottery because that's illegal, but we'll do a drawing or something where someone can actually come and go cross country with us. How great would that be? They can wear one of your hats.
Yeah.
They can send letters to our
They can grab
post
that
office
gum
box
from
like you
underneath
keep
it.
giving.
How gross is that? I'm still I can't believe
My
it's
gum will
gum
not be in a
underneath,
nuke.
a sink or
It was
something.
to make a
It's
point.
gross.
Do you never
Did you
say
really do
something to
that?
make the people think we're arguing? We're not arguing.
No, we're not arguing, but
do
I
you
just
not
think that's
say
so
something
gross.
that's a little out of line in order to
I
set
know,
up
but
your comedy?
But let me point this out. John is so neat. He's so neat. Like he folds his underwear like this big, and I don't even know how he watched a video to fold his underwear.
Several
this
videos.
Big. Like he's the best folder in the world. So, because usually underwear is like this big or a towel or something. John is able to fold it itty bitty, and I just throw everything in a bag and close it, and it makes him crazy.
Wait a minute. You throw everything in a bag. Who closes it?
You do.
Thank you.
And you put
Because you don't weigh enough to close your bag.
But this is my point. And you put gum in the bottom of a freaking sink.
It was to make a point.
No, you did it. Admit it. And not only that, sometimes.
No, I would never.
Oh
and
no!
I would never
If
swallow my gum.
Something will fall on the bar, and he will pick it up and eat it. It's so gross. I would never do that. That's
What?
so disgusting. You do. If a peanut falls on a bar, it's like the 5-second rule, which I don't believe in. I would never do that. And then you'll pick it up and eat it. Admit it. But you're the neat freak.
If
but
you're
not the
eating
clean
a
freak. I'm
salad,
the clean freak.
if you're eating a salad
no.
with her, right, and a piece of lettuce kind of leans off the plate and touches the bar top, even if
No
you are
way,
the first
Jose.
people in that restaurant this day,
No.
she'll throw that whole piece of lettuce out. You know, that
Because
whole piece
John
of lettuce
will grab
has
it
to
and
give
eat
its
it.
life for your
Because
weird
John will
sense
grab
of
it
cleanliness.
and eat it, and then he gets a staph infection. I have to go to Cedar
I
Sinai
believe
to
if
bail you
you're at a
out.
bar, you're at a restaurant, you're at a Denny's somewhere, and if something falls on the
Oh,
floor,
God, I
don't pick it
can't.
up and
I
eat it.
can't.
But if
Oh.
it falls on the bar top,
No.
who cares?
Never. No. Everybody cares. Everybody cares. So if you're worried about folding the underwear this big, you should worry about the crouton hitting the bar and then eating it because you could get a staph
Crouton is
infection. And then you
crouton
have to go to
is a pretty
hospital,
strong little
and you
critter.
have to get the whole antibiotic thing, the wide spectrum. So it's not worth it. Just don't eat the stuff that falls on the bar, on your leg, and on the floor. It's so gross.
What's the matter with my leg?
Okay, I can live with that. I
Oh, okay,
cannot
so
live
if
with
it
the
falls
bar or
right
the
on my
floor.
leg, it's okay.
Yeah, because your pants are clean because you are
Not
the
these
freak.
pants, because I've been wearing them since
Well,
we got on the
there
train
is
a
that.
year ago.
No, we're going to go
So
to
we
the
ended our
hotel and get
wonderful
hosed
trip on
off.
Amtrak. We ended our wonderful trip on
It
Amtrak.
was fun, though. I
and
loved
I'm
it.
not dogging Amtrak. It was fine, but it's just antiquated, okay? But this
needs an
morning we
upgrade.
got all the way to San Bernardino, and we were like a half an hour. Did you snort? We were like a half
so
an hour.
bad. We can't even make this up.
We're like a half an hour late, so we're thinking, okay, well, there's not going to be much time in
Yeah,
San
no big
Bernardino.
deal. We didn't even skip breakfast on the train.
And-
Because, we'll get there, no problem.
That's right, because Priscilla was very persnickety about when you showed up. But we're just in San Bernardino and wondering, well, how come we're not leaving? How come we're not
we
leaving?
sat there for like an hour.
And then the guy started talking about after maybe half an hour. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, there's an
so we knew
incident.
something was wrong.
Here's a word: if you ever ride a train, and I hope you do, just don't put gum underneath there.
Ew.
If they use the word regarding your train or some other train incident,
Incident.
if there's an incident,
If there's an incident,
something happened.
it's not good.
So apparently, they didn't say it was our train, but I think it was our train. Anyway, a train ran into a truck.
Car. Or a
No,
truck,
it was a
right.
truck
Vehicle,
somewhere
okay. Vehicle.
up in front of us on the way to Los Angeles.
And that's problematic.
And
Why?
well, it's very problematic for the truck because trains win. I don't care how right or how left you lean. If a train has an opinion, it will win. So this train apparently had
Ran into
won
the
an
car.
argument won an argument with the vehicle.
With the car.
But then we
It's a
had to
truck.
wait. It was a truck. But then we had to wait for a
Clean
couple of
up.
hours and actually take another route to get here. So the very last thing that happened on this train ride was not great. And it's not Amtrak's fault. You know, some dipsy doodle decided they wanted to try to race the train. I don't know what happened.
Maybe he was a Dukes of Hazzard
But the
fan,
last stop it.
and they were motivated by
We
the
jump
fact they
over the
thought
train.
that
We don't
I
stop
know,
a
but
train.
Maybe they thought that they could take the truck and jump on the track and beat it because they wanted to be Bo Duke. I'm
If
just
you're
saying,
jumping,
it's
I'm sorry,
possible.
I'm a logical thinker. If you're trying to beat a train, you want to get in front of it. But if you're jumping over a train, it doesn't matter where the train is.
But maybe they thought that they were fast enough to go across the track. That's what I'm thinking. And they watched
Yeah, but we
Dukes of
never did
Hazzard
that.
as a kid.
No, this was like Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. And if you haven't seen that movie, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you have, that's apparently what happened. Okay?
However, when people do crazy things in vehicles, they many times
Can
go
you pull
back
up the picture
to
of
the Dukes of
the
Hazzard.
very ending?
I'm just saying.
Put
I
up
mean,
Charger
I don't do it.
Train,
Everybody else does
Dirty
it. It's
Mary,
not me.
Crazy Larry.
Everybody else makes the
This
reference
is what
to
happens
Dukes of
when you
Hazzard.
try to race a train. We'll wait.
It's not. It's a Dukes of Hazzard thing.
No, we never
You
did
started
that.
it.
We were responsible people. We never did things like that.
Oh, shh.
Do you have the picture of the green Charger and the train and the fireball and all that? Anyway, we'll find it in a minute. We'll show it
And
to
then
you.
it gets worse or better. We're really it's kind of worse. So remember
May
the
I have
last
some
time?
ginger ale, please?
Remember the last time you were on the train and then there was
There it is. This is why the Duke boys never race
that's
a train.
responsible.
You do not want to
That is
race
so
that train.
responsible.
Yeah, that's a '69 Dodge Charger, and that is a I don't know. That's,
See, that's
probably
exactly
the same
what I
train.
said.
That was in 1972.
That guy
and that's
watched
probably
that
the same train.
episode and he thought, you know what? I'm going to beat it. That's what happened. That's what happened. I hear it all the time. Oh, you know, and then kids would talk about they'd race their like little red wagon and go over. They'd get in trouble.
They would
because
jump
it would
over something
crash.
on their bicycle. They wouldn't
And
race
then
a
they'd break
train.
their
We didn't
arm.
do anything like that.
You inspired a lot of that kind of thing. I'm not saying it happened today, but it happened a lot. I'm just telling you when I get told.
Amtrak is looking to pass the blame to somebody, okay? And I don't think it should be me. I think it should be maybe you.
Dukes, not me. I wasn't in Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't. That was Dukes of Hazzard stuff when people thought they could like race over things or beat things and do like reckless driving and
It's not reckless.
it's totally reckless.
It's
That's
not
what
reckless.
Dukes of Hazzard was up. That's why they love it.
There's a difference between stunts and daredevil people. We were not daredevil people. We had stunt folk.
I know, but you jumped the car over creeks and stuff. I mean, that was
So
Daredevil.
what? How else are you going to get across a creek?
See,
There's no bridge. What are you going to do?
see.
Bridge out, use
Just
jump
saying.
ramp. What are you supposed to do?
I'm just saying. I bet the guy was a Dukes of Hazzard fan.
Oh my God. How do you know it was a guy?
Well, it
Might have
could
been some
a
girl who thought she was above waiting for a train.
could be. And
What do you
that's
think?
True.
What do you think about that? Could be.
It could
so,
be.
President Trump just pardoned a couple of people.
Who?
What are you now? Who did President Trump just pardon?
Who?
Who's on first? Who did? Oh my God! Help me, Tony! Help me!
Someone help me! Help me! The Chrisleys don't. I know the answer. I'm just teasing. The
Todd
Chrisleys.
and Julie. Is that right?
And their show is on E! Entertainment, right? No, I kind of remember this.
Well, there we go. Look at that. Is that a real picture? My gosh, she looks like Delta Burke. I did a show with Delta years and years ago.
She does.
Called Delta Burke. Imagine
Yeah.
that.
with blonde hair.
Gerald McCraney's wife. And my gosh, she was funny. She's still funny, I guess. I haven't seen Delta in years and
God,
years.
I loved her on Designing Woman. Suzanne
they're-
Sugar Baker was great. I would love to play that. If you folks, if whoever did that, I want to be the new Suzanne Sugar Baker. I think I could do it.
The what?
Suzanne Sugar Baker, that was her part on Designer Winning. Women or whatever. Winning, women, whatever.
Oh, my God,
yeah.
Tony,
Oh
you're
my
great.
God, what is that?
There's me. And what is
Look
that?
at that.
That's me with my porn stash. And that's
And
Delta
porn
Burke.
jacket.
That's a jacket.
What show is that?
That's a fantastic. Are you not paying attention
Well,
to the show?
I'm a little bit tired because
You know, a lot of people are watching the show. You should be one of them.
I know, but
Thank you, Tony.
I was on the train too. Okay, let me tell you, people. I was on the train too, but I was awake most of the time because I want to make sure John was
The
happy.
hell you were. Over the train noise, I could hear you.
I did not. You did that. You were snoring like crazy.
You didn't hear me snoring.
You did.
I'm sure I did. A little bit I was asleep.
I know,
felt like I
but
fell asleep on a park
This
bench
is how
in an
people.
earthquake.
This is how people
That's
act
how
after a
comfortable
train
it
trip
was.
because we're a little like woo.
Park bench and an earthquake. That's it. That's it. I'm just glad the ground is not moving. And, oh, gosh. But I do recommend that you do it. I mean, it sounds like I'm dissing train travel. I'm not
are.
dissing train
I
travel.
love
No, you
it.
should do it. It's something you should try at least once, right? It's something you should do. Until they upgrade the trains, it's something you should do at least once.
Well, you have to plan it right. You have to make sure you have a room. You don't want to go. I will tell you this. These poor people that go coach and they go all the way across country. I don't know how they do it because you're in a seat and you can't really move around unless you go to the observation deck, which is lovely, but it's always full.
We were in a seat. We couldn't move around either.
Yeah, you could.
Well, I mean, we could move, but
I'm just saying that if
I
you
don't
took
understand
to go coach
because it's
across
not
country,
cheaper than Greyhound. It's not cheaper than flying.
It's
I wanted
it's
to
a
ask
phenomenon.
People,
It really
I wanted to
is.
say to people, why are you doing this? Why are you taking?
I
the
love
train?
it. I love the movement. I love to be able to see the scenery.
I
of
don't
the
like to
country.
fly, so I'd rather walk basically than fly. But
I love the train. I mean, John, he didn't like it. He doesn't like it like I do.
I don't
mean,
fit.
He's big.
I'm a taller person, and I have a little wider shoulder. I cannot. Yeah,
I don't know, but I saw you sleeping this morning because he takes the bottom, of course. I'm on top. You know
I was
what
sleeping
I mean?
on my park bench during a very long earthquake, but I slept well. I mean,
see,
there
I
is something
love that.
about the rocking, the motion of the train
It
and all
puts me
that.
to sleep like
That
that.
is true, and the sound of it. But I have an app too that'll play a train sound.
But every time, but look, you look
We're going to be
pretty
delayed
comfortable.
because a truck tried to race the train because he watched Knight Rider.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Knight Rider.
Do, 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 do.
So these
My
people were
hair is
pardoned. I
messed
think
up.
that's great.
But you know what they're pardoned for?
What were they pardoned for?
I don't know, Tony. Bank fraud. Do, 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 do,
I don't know
do,
much
do, do,
about
do.
their situation, but I do believe enough in President Trump is not just going to cavalierly. I had to think of the word. I'm tired. Cavalierly,
So anyway,
just
so all of
pardon
you
people.
just know this show is after a long train trip, so we're a
They
little
know
loopy.
that.
I know, but I wanted to remind you that we're a little loopy, but we're very happy.
Did I tell you Rob Carson gave us this? This is great. Thank you, Rob.
We're very happy we're in LA. We made it. And I personally love train travel. The Union Station in Kansas City is so gorgeous. So we were there. I loved it so much. We were there. We pulled up in a Raptor, and then we met Rob Carson, like we said, and we had a lovely
Rob
dinner
Carson's
at
last
Pierpont's.
name is because he was a Johnny Carson fan, and I'm a Johnny Carson fan too. Although Johnny Carson never had me on his show.
He didn't understand Dukes of Hazzard, but Rob does.
So here's the thing. You take a long trip like that, and then what you want at the end of a long trip is to go to the hotel and get in your room and then, put your stuff away and then come and do your podcast. And when your lovely wife, and I have a lovely wife, hello, lovely wife. I have a lovely, lovely wife.
I love you.
I love you too. This many. Well, at least that. So, okay, let go. So, when you do that,
Let go.
you expect that the train running into a truck on the way
We didn't
would
know that was
probably
gonna
be
happen.
I mean, it certainly was the worst thing for the truck. But then you get there and your lovely wife who really is the tour director, right? So we check in and she says, "Oh, and this room is on the pool, right?"
Oh,
And the woman says,
"We don't have a
"Well,
pool.
we don't have a pool.
It's under
Says, well,
construction." And I'm like,
It's under construction. Well, yeah, but we have a room on the pool, a room that opens up onto the pool. Well, no, we don't have that.
because the pool.
And that's made me sound bad. She was not.
No, she was
She was
nice.
wonderful.
But it was
But
on
she
the
arranged.
app.
She arranged for.
It was on the app,
and it was amazing to me that she didn't understand this because
not the first time.
what she heard was, "Oh, well, we'll just put you at our sister hotel up the street
Yeah.
that has a pool, and you can have a room on the pool at our sister hotel." That's not what she said. What I heard, which is what she said, was, "Oh, well, you can
send
check
a
in here,
shuttle.
and then you can have a pass
shuttle to the pool."
You can have a pass to go to the pool 2 miles up the damn
Like,
street.
no way. Are
Whatever you want.
Crazy?
I'll tell you what I want right now. That's what I want. I want to get off the train. I wanted to not run into a truck, but when I got to the hotel, I wanted somebody to say, "Oh, here, Mr. Schneider, here, Rob Carson sent this. Here, have one of these, and here's your key, and here's some flip-flops, because your room is right on the pool," like it was
Welcome.
always at the Hollywood Roosevelt. Mwah.
However,
Love the Hollywood Roosevelt. This
yeah,
was not
but
the
we're in a
Hollywood
good-
Roosevelt.
But
We're
we
not
are in
going
a
to tell
good
you who
spot
it
now.
was.
We won't.
They
because
were very,
it wasn't
very
their fault.
sweet. But
Because on
Dee
the
Dee-
app, it was.
Dee Dee had to prove because they said, "Oh no,
and I'm
it
like,
doesn't say that.
take
if you
a
go,
look.
it gives all the information."
No, I said,
and
take
Dee Dee
a
said,
look.
"No, you look at this. You look at this, mofo.
This is what we
you
ordered.
Look at this. This is what we
and
ordered.
I
This is what we're supposed to have."
I screenshot everything, whatever, and they're like, "Ooh, well, maybe you should call." Oh, I will. And then they're like, "Well, let's cancel." "Oh, no problem. We'll cancel." And then we went to their sister hotel, and it is lovely. We're going to have a wonderful time at the Waldorf Astoria in Beverly Hills. It's not terrible.
I was just saying I wasn't going to say where we are.
I thought you were going to say we weren't going to say where we are with the
Oh,
pool.
no, but nobody knows what the hotel is right next door to the Waldorf Astoria. The Waldorf Hysterical.
Why would they know? I mean, they don't know unless they're right here in L.A. I'm just saying that
There's a thing
they were
called
very
the
nice.
internet. They can look it up.
I'm just saying they were very nice to fix it. So the pool is
Well,
under
they only
construction.
fixed it because you were who you are. You're like, you listen to me. You see this? You see what this
I wasn't
says?
that bad.
Do you see?
I just
what
said, look at the
this says?"
picture.
Yeah,
This is
she was
what I
all. She was
ordered,
not all
and
like
it's-
this.
And it was online.
great.
I'm just.
It was great.
But then we're like, okay, and we had to walk 100 feet, maybe 100 steps, maybe
Not true.
to the Waldorf Astoria, which is amazing.
We
by the
walked
way.
quite a ways over there, sat down. She got it all straightened out. Then we had to come back, and then we had to
pick up
drag
our bag.
luggage, which is fine.
we had to
But
drag
we had
a
to
bag.
drag our luggage through where they were planting new stuff. Both hotels are beautiful, and I'm sure that whenever there is a pool at the one hotel with rooms on it, it'll be delightful.
But now
Right
with the
now, not so
Waldorf
much.
and the pools on the rooftop, it'll be fabulous. And so
Well,
after
where we
this,
are now, yeah, I don't even know where the non-pool is at the other one, which will remain unnamed.
I
used-
don't either.
I used to
Nobody
do
knows.
award
It's
shows
under
there.
construction.
Well, maybe that's why they have
but
no
online,
rooms. They don't know where the
have
pool
it
is.
on the pool, like it's like Cabana Boy. I've been there before. When they had the pool, it was really great.
Did you say Cabana Boy?
Yes, you could be a Cabana Boy.
I'm not. I'm nobody's Cabana. I'm
know that.
nobody's Cabana Boy. Anyway,
I'm just saying they had Cabana Boys there when I was
so
there.
it's been 2 of those days today. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
It's
That's
been great
all
though.
I'm
I
saying.
had a ball. I loved the train. I had so much fun. I think it was great.
The only time I think the only thread of eliticism I have in my bones is with travel and accommodations, and I like things to be what people say they are going to be. Now I hate to harp on this, but when Dee Dee made the reservations for Amtrak, apparently, unless you know, it's kind of like AI. You have to know the right questions to ask. So we got a what did they call it? Not a bedette or not a
It was a bedroom.
yeah, but we got
first
the
we ordered
A.
the family room.
We got the A bedroom. So there's A, B, C, and D. We got the
Don't
A.
ever get
and
the A,
A, B, C, and D.
ever.
They all cost the same.
But the
and it ain't
A
cheap.
sucks.
Well, and it's true. The A sucks. Even
is different.
Even our
It is.
steward, the guy that helped us on, and he was wonderful. The people on the train were
And
wonderful.
they're like, oh, don't ever get
but
the
they
A.
were like, he was like, "Oh, you got the A room, huh?"
And John's a big guy. It was horrible.
So when they put the bed out, there was like this much room between the bed and the sink. If you wanted to use the bathroom late at night, I'm 65. I use the bathroom late at
And
night.
then they put a
But
ladder
guess
there.
what was
And
in the
then
way?
that was
the ladder,
great.
so she could get up into her bed.
It was so bad.
So it was, late at night. It just, but they were under no obligation to disclose that.
But now
so
we
they
know. Now
didn't.
you know. Do not go with the A room on Amtrak. The A bedroom, no good.
Get the
None.
family room if you have a family you want to go, and it's much cheaper actually. The initial
And we
sticker,
had the family room.
the sticker price will it's like, oh my gosh, but if you think about it, it's me and my wife and my 2 or 3 kids. It's worth it. But they're not going to tell you anything unless you ask an intelligent question. We are going to save you the trouble. Don't
Yeah.
get the A room.
No, don't get the A
Don't
bedroom.
do it. No.
Because it's, you've got the roomettes, but the bedrooms you think, well, it's going to be big. Well, nothing is big on the train, but the A room, terrible. So we have figured it out. I think you can get the family room, or if you get 2 adjoining bedrooms, not A, and then we'll be good.
Because A don't adjoin with nothing.
No, it's the corner,
has
and
never
it's the
met B.
sucky room. It's the
It really is.
ASS room. I won't even say it out loud, but it is the ASS room.
If you spell it, it's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. But anyway, I still had a ball. Did you have a good time overall? A scale of 1 to 10, how much fun did you have on the train trip? Now, include the Rob Carson dinner at the...
Oh, well, then that's a 10 if you include. That's not fair.
Well, why not?
Well, because that wasn't part
Well,
of
if
the
we
train.
left St.
Rob
Louis, it
Carson
would've
is
been
not
worse.
is not is
All
not
right,
to
so let's just
Amtrak's
get into
credit.
the train. For the train ride, scale of 1 to 10, what would you rank it?
6.
Well, I'm ranking a
The
9.
company was wonderful.
So it's a 69. So we win.
No, it was not. It was just.
Lord. 69.
Well, you're in the spot. You're in the. You got to see where you are. Either get on your side of the camera, or my side of the camera.
Okay.
We don't have this problem when we do it from Madison because we only have one camera.
Yeah, but I like it here. It's better here.
I do too. So anyway,
So
I
train
forget
travel.
where I
Okay,
was.
but
We so wanted to get off the train. I heard them this morning. I don't know if you were probably too busy, but I heard.
I do not snore
in
that way.
In Winslow, Arizona. I wanted to get out and say
Such a
hello to
fun
our
sight
friends.
to see.
No, I mean that's down the street, but I wanted to say hello to our friends at La Posada
what they
because
say.
I didn't get up. I said I would like to have. My God.
You're pretty.
So, if you have not taken a train trip, an east-west train trip is a great thing to do. If you live in Los Angeles and you want to take the train north,
that's a good one
that's
too.
a great thing to do.
Or south.
I think 2 days is a bit much unless, and you're going to hate that I say this, if you're going to go all the way from New York to Los Angeles, I actually recommend getting it's basically a first class seat. You can get up and you can go to the observation deck. You can go to you can only go to the restaurant when it's your turn, okay? Or they will slap your hand.
We
Okay.
went early last night, and they're like,
but I would recommend just doing that.
Coach?
Absolutely.
Oh, no. No.
What?
No.
I mean, we had no.
And I don't mean to be like, Miss Prissy or whatever, but no, at least in your room you can move around, talk or whatever. But if you're stuck in a seat for the whole time, I think that's very hard. It has to be very hard. And what if you with Fat Joe from, Philadelphia?
Well, stop that. What if you are Fat
Who
Joe from
toots?
Philadelphia?
Nobody wants to be with him. You don't know what you're
What
gonna
if you
get.
are Fat Joe? What's it? It's not.
Well, he
no,
didn't care.
What I'm saying is, on the train, what you do on the train is you get out whatever accommodations you have, whether it's one chair or a room next to where they store everything, and the crew goes to the bathroom like we had. You get up and you walk around. So
Yeah.
who cares? And the chairs that you sit in when you just buy a seat are bigger than the chairs in where we had. And they recline. Basically, the worst seat on a train is kind of like a first class seat on an airplane. But they still are. They're from the 70s or maybe 80s. It's just they really need some. They need some reform. They
Well,
need to be.
I mean,
Let's talk
look.
about something current.
I know. Well, two more things. So I think I have seen the seats in coach, and they're okay. I mean, but you don't have the freedom of walking around, but that's okay. But they're very inexpensive. So if you want to see the country, John has a great point. If you want to see the country, and then you get up to the observation deck, and if you pay a little
Amazing.
money, then you can go to the dining cart because first class, like what we had, it doesn't cost, but it's not that much money. It's like $20, $25.
Food was actually
Food
very
was good. The food was good.
Yep.
And then you can go to the dining cart or whatever, or the bar. And so, yeah, you're right. You can make that work. But I still think it's good to have a little private space. But the big thing is this. At night, when you sleep, instead of sleeping in a chair, you can, lie down. That's the big thing. Because then
Park
you're not
bench
rested.
during an earthquake.
You slept all night.
That's what I always sleep all night. I sleep well because it's a skill set. I don't. What was that?
Nothing. I don't know.
I
You
don't
slept
sleep
all
well
night.
because of the accommodations. I sleep well because I sleep well.
Well, but you sleep well. That's all that matters. And look how pretty you are the
I
next
would have
day.
slept. It
It's all
does not
good.
matter.
It does.
Guys out there, if your wives say you're so pretty, don't. It's not a compliment.
It is a
No,
compliment.
it means be quiet. That's what that
No,
means.
it does not. It means that you slept all night, had a good night, and today we're having a great day.
Let's look at the headline, shall
Oh,
we?
but one more thing.
You just
so,
go ahead.
Sean Duffy, you are in charge of transportation. Seriously, dude, you have got to upgrade Amtrak. Maybe it's in the process. I know we just started. But I think train travel is really important to America, and it needs to be upgraded. I mean, and these people, the staff, they work very hard. People love the trains, and they want to hang on to that romanticism. I do. I love it. And John gets on the train and is like, I don't know about this.
Told you that's my one area of elitism.
But I love the movement. I love to be able to see the country in its tradition. So please, Sean Duffy, Transportation Secretary, fix Amtrak, upgrade it. It does look like, well, I mean, I don't know, honey. What do you think? 79, 80, 82, maybe? The trains
like
are
I said,
old.
My gum is still there from
Oh,
1989.
God. That just traumatizes me. Stop talking about putting gum underneath, because then you'd pull it out the next morning and chew it. That's gross.
I would never do that.
Yeah, you would.
So,
I'm glad you didn't.
all
right.
federal funding from Harvard, gone.
Oh, boy.
Gone.
And this hits a personal note with us because I took like 10 classes at Harvard. I had all A's and 1 B.
What was your B in, baby?
Writing.
What?
Writing.
Writing.
Not talking, not speech writing, not acting, not
cognitive
improv,
thought.
not
but writing.
comedic, anything, not anything else. But when I have to write it down, it gets a little loopy. But it was a B. It was only a B. I mean, it wasn't like a.
That was pretty
fail.
darn good. But, and it's got nothing
So
to do
now
with
we're
politics.
like,
It has nothing to do with politics. This has
No.
to do with anti-Semitism. Okay, so that's why Donald Trump, President Donald J. Trump, pulled all the remaining funding out of Harvard and any other, school of institution of higher learning away from them. Especially in light of what happened last week. We talked about it last week where that monster came and shot those 2 beautiful people
Oh, my God.
right out of the
Terrible.
museum. I mean, my God. What is going on here? How is that free speech?
I mean, anyone who murders someone out of hate, that is such crap. Again, I'm going to go back. I always say this like a broken record. As an American, I think the best part about America is you can do anything you want and it's nobody's business. Not yours, not Tony's, not mine, not Gertrude's out there. We can do anything we want as long as you don't hurt kids, puppies, whatever. But in your own time.
Oh, now you're talking about Fauci,
Oh, boy. Yeah, the Beagle Killer.
the Beagle Killer. Yeah. It's just
But I just.
what in the hell happened? I mean, it's back, I think. I think we once again live in a country where we have the right to pursue happiness however we define it, unless how we define it is killing Jewish people because they're Jewish, or killing gay people because they're gay, or killing transsexual people or transgender people because that's bullshit.
Why do you care?
It's just
What's your
bullshit.
problem?
Why do you care?
You should be able to love
And if
whoever
you're
you
one of these
want. It is
militant,
not your
ridiculous-
business, by the way.
If you're one of these militant, ridiculous, holier-than-thou Christians who thinks you have a personal conversation with
Wouldn't you
God
go to Russia,
and God,
or why don't you
can
go
you
to
let me
Iran?
finish? And God is telling you to judge these people over here. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be judgmental. That ain't God. If God has a problem with something, God will tell them, and God will certainly tell you. Okay? Maybe not here, but when you get there and you're like, oh, I'm coming across the gate, St. Peter's going to go, hang on a second. What the hell was that? What are you thinking? When you said this, when you did that, when you shot those people, what were you thinking, and why the hell, and this is St. Peter talking, why the hell do you think you have the right to come into here? This is not where people like you go. Okay? They go over there. So go on. Go over there, you hateful person. There's just so many. I don't understand how in such an enlightened society that we have, such an enlightened world with the internet, with AI and all this kind of stuff, people can still hate innocent people.
Well, look, no, but honey.
No, don't get me wrong. There are people. I hate those people who hate innocent people, and I realize there's a paradox there.
But you're not going to kill them.
No, I'm not going to kill
You're not
them.
going to hurt them. You're not going to kill them.
No, but I tell
You're
you
not gonna-
what, if I was walking up somewhere and someone was about to, if I had the opportunity to be there on the street when that guy was about to shoot that couple,
Well, of course.
I would have killed him. Or I would have taken him to the ground and risked my life to
You
take
would
him
have taken
out.
them to the ground.
Absolutely. Well, I'd do whatever I could at that point because, I can't remember who said it, but in the United States we have the right to do all that but which is wrong. And there's no question. There is nobody anywhere that will defend. Well, shoot, maybe there are. Maybe that's why.
Not many,
Maybe that's
but
why.
not many.
Maybe that's
Not
why
many.
Harvard just lost their federal
not
funding.
many, though.
How could anybody justify that sort of behavior? I don't understand it.
No, the American
don't
way.
understand
The
it.
American way is you can do business as you like. You can love who you like. It's no one else's business. It is your business. We have the freedom of speech. We have the freedom to bear arms. So we can do whatever we want unless we do harm to others. And if we don't do harm to others, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you love. It's none of their business.
Well, and love is hard, right? We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Love is hard. If you are fortunate enough to have someone who loves you and someone that you love, there, I put the hand in the wrong spot there. Someone that you she's going to pull me right out of my chair. Someone that you love, then go for it. Go for it. But my God,
It
that
doesn't matter
work.
who it is.
Well,
it's none of your business, people.
It doesn't work for hate.
No.
Okay, now there are some people that I really despise because they do bad things. I reserve the right to despise them, and I reserve the right to spend the rest of my time trying to orchestrate a very
organized,
legal, yet legal and embarrassing and painful demise to them. But it has to be orchestrated. You can't just go out
and start shooting people.
My God,
crazy.
It's insane. And especially this person had never. We're back to we talked about it last
know these
week.
people.
But
It's
he'd
terrible.
never met these people.
And
He'd
they're
never
like, free
broken bread with these
free
people.
Palestine. It's like, really? But I don't have a problem with someone saying free Palestine, even if I don't agree with them. But you don't shoot someone. You don't kill people.
Well,
for
and
that
what is,
reason.
if free Palestine is what you mean, okay, then free
that's
Palestine.
fine.
But
You
don't
say
do
whatever
it
you
by
want,
killing
but
Jews.
don't shoot people.
That's insane. You don't free people by killing other people. Now, if you're in a battle in a field, then absolutely. You know, what did Patton say? No poor dumb son of a bitch ever won a war by giving his life for his country. He won that war by making some other poor dumb son of a bitch give his life for his country. That makes sense, but that's war. This is not war at Harvard. This is not war outside of a museum. This is absurd.
But we feel so strongly about it.
If somebody taught you who shot those people, I don't know what happened. I don't know if the police took you out.
Yeah, they did. Well, they didn't take them
I don't know.
out, but they're going to trial. They're going to go to jail forever.
So if you're breathing a breath somewhere, I don't know who it is that you thought told you that was okay, but as one of the Dukes of Hazzard, as the man who raised Clark Kent, as a really terrible judge on Tyler Perry's The Haves and Have-Nots.
You are that guy.
I will tell you, as sure as I'm sitting here, whoever told you that was okay, that ain't God.
Well, I think a bar fight's okay. I think words are okay. I mean, but when you shoot somebody, my God, they die. It's terrible.
What do we have? 3 minutes left? No. What do we have? How are we doing here? 10 minutes left.
Woo!
We're going to get to something. We're going to get to a topic here soon. Oh, and by the way, please, if you're watching this podcast, then you watch this podcast. If these are topics you would like to discuss over a pizza or something with your family and friends, please do. Don't remain silent. Don't just sit on the fence and watch the idiots argue it out.
I'm not an idiot.
No, I am.
No,
I am.
You're not.
Okay.
You're so smart and you're so talented. Who can do more than John Schneider? Somebody tell me. I mean, Hugh Grant tries, but not quite. So he can
Hugh
sing.
Grant?
He could. Well, not Hugh Grant. What's his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Jackman.
Hugh
Wolverine.
Jackman. Huge
Wolverine. So anyway, so you can sing, you can dance.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about
No,
political
but I
events.
am
We're
right
talking
now
about-
because I want to. It's my podcast.
I'll tell you one
too.
thing I know I can do as well as anybody. I can grow hair. I can
You
grow me
can
some hair.
sing, you can dance, you can act,
Yeah.
you can do all that stuff. You can commentate, whatever, and you can grow hair, yes. But you can do. I would like to challenge anyone and come up with a name who can do more than John. Good luck. I mean, think about it.
So,
It's
no, I don't
true.
want to think about me.
Well, I know you don't want to, but I do all the time. I love you.
Oh,
I love you, and you do have the best hair.
I got it from my
You
grandpa.
have gorgeous hair. I have terrible hair. If you want to know, some people are, what are you, bald? Is what where you wear hats all the time? No, I had skin cancer here that I started wearing hats, and I liked it. It's just like a fashion thing. But I've got plenty of hair, see? My hair's not as good as John's, but I do have it. Hello. See, John's got great hair. His hair is so... He's got so much hair he can't even wear the hat. But I do have hair, I get it done. It be out so soon, but I don't
I
like
need a
to
fishing.
fix
I
it.
feel like the guy from
It is
MASH.
a fishing hat. No, no.
I feel like the captain, the colonel. Who was that? Who was that? McLean Stevenson.
Or Gilligan's Island. Here
Skipper!
on Gilligan's Island.
No, I don't. I'm not there. Hey,
Hey,
Ralph. Hey, Ralphie boy.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
you can tell we're a little seep deprived. Seat deprived is what we were
We are.
because
No, I'm telling you, we are. Because
I read 2 scripts to Dee Dee yesterday, by the way.
and they were good.
Was
They
that
were really
yesterday?
good.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
What did I read to you? I read
The volleyball one,
Oh, I think we're going to
and
make
then
that
the
movie.
crazy one.
We're going to make a movie. I think it's
I like
oddly
it.
it's a real like Hallmark Lifetime sort of a family, which I don't really write that because then I read
But you're
her the
good at
second
it.
one. So this
No,
one's
the
about
second one
volleyball.
was
It's called
not
The
that.
Bomb. The second one was called Triggers, and it's about traumatic.
Domino would be lost.
Hey, traumatic brain injury. So I wrote a script about traumatic brain injury long before anybody was talking about this particular kind of brain injury with regard to professional sports or high school sports. Excuse me. Ginger ale
I like
does
this
that for
hat.
me.
I
So
think
I'm
it's
very,
cute on
very,
air.
I'm
Don't
very
you guys
proud of
think?
it. So keep an eye out for that. We're going to make Earls of Perry, obviously, but we're also, I think, we're going to make The Bomb in Madison, in Indiana, and then somewhere down the road, I want to make this thing called Triggers because it's a character for me to play that's entirely different than anyone would ever expect. It's actually a fellow who has a traumatic brain injury early on in his life, and he's self-diagnosing by helping other people. Part of his brain injury makes it. Am I boring you? You're on your phone.
Yes.
Okay. Part of his brain injury makes it so
I love you. I want to talk about you. I don't want to talk
so
about the
that he
brain
can't
injury
he
people.
can't forget anything. It's pretty cool. It's called
I don't
Triggers.
forget anything. I
Anyway.
don't get brain injury. I'm just saying.
You don't know where your phone is right now, do you?
Oh, I know where it is. You took it. John does take my phone.
I do take your phone. Okay.
The
So what else do
minnow
we
would be
have?
lost.
We have somebody got. I hate to just keep harping on Harvard, but you deserve it. Okay, so somebody in Harvard got the axe because now isn't one of Harvard's biggest things you cannot plagiarize. So this is a person who was high up in Harvard, and I'm not going to say her
They
name
don't like that at
because I
colleges.
can't find it. No, they don't like
That's
that.
a big no-no.
But this is a person who gained their stature because of polls and studies that she had done. And it turns out that she had kind of adjusted the
The
polls
minnow
and
would be
studies
lost.
to prove her point to gain higher. There we go.
the
right
minnow
there.
would be lost.
So now, of course, what word do I have to use? This is not in fact yet, I guess, but this is a person who is at one of the greatest schools of higher learning
Harvard.
in our existence, and she cheated.
No, but
She cheated.
seriously, this is personal for me because I took 10 classes. It may have been 9. I think
All
it was
A's and
10.
one B.
All
B
A's
was in
and
writing.
1B for Harvard.
Harvard.
And now I don't want a degree from Harvard. It's crap
Whoops,
now.
there you go. Well, I'm pretty sure you're not going to get one.
Well, I don't want one. I don't. I really don't. I'm with Trump. I don't want a degree from Harvard. I have all A's and a B, and I would rather transfer
How
somewhere
is
else.
Dartmouth doing? Is Dartmouth
Dartmouth's great, but the problem
avoided the
is
slings and arrows of this hypocrisy?
they are the most conservative Ivy League, but we can't stay camped in Hanover. I think it's New Hampshire, actually. While we're doing our 50,
Look at them. Don't look at
while
them.
we're doing our 50-state tour, it's a problem. I don't know what to do because I want to finish my master's degree. Not at Harvard now because I can't stand them. I hate what they were doing. But I would like to go to another school. And I could even do IU. Look, I am happy I could do IU, Purdue, whatever. It doesn't have to be Ivy League. Our friend Ben Bolger is trying to get us to transfer to Ivy League because I got like 9 A's and a B at Harvard. So we're trying to transfer, but I don't have to have Ivy League. I'm good.
It'd be nice to have Ivy League, but I don't even know, anymore. What
I
does
could
that
do
mean?
IU or Purdue. Well, they're supposed to be
What is
better,
that?
but
Well, they
frankly,
are, but
I doubt
don't
if they
know.
are.
And here's the problem.
I doubt if they are. Well, no, but let me finish, sweetheart, on this
Okay.
one. My classes at Harvard were much easier than the classes at Hanover, Indiana. I swear. It is not a joke. The Harvard classes in my opinion, were a breeze. Except the running class. That was tough.
She got a B in the
got a
writing
B.
class. She got a B.
But I got an A on my final
B.
paper about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman!
You wrote a paper at Harvard about Wonder Woman?
I did, but the comics, because they were kind of misogynist. The comics, do you know
Yeah.
what that means?
Yes, kind of. Tell me. What do you mean?
The comics were a bit misogynist, meaning like they were like kind of
Just
like.
don't say it again. It's like Lucy speaking
Well,
Spanish.
I'm not finished.
Louder
If you let me
and
say
more
something.
like this. Okay, so what do you mean?
It was more about how hot she was. It wasn't like she was skilled. You know, that was what
I
the
thought she
paper
was very skilled.
See, that's my point. Thank you. Point taken.
She was great. What?
Point
What do you
proved.
think Linda Carter should have worn like a sweatsuit?
No. I'm in agreement, but that was a fact of
I
life.
think one of the reasons why Wonder
Papers
Woman
are
was
facts.
so disarming was because she was so disarming, right at first.
See, that's my point.
Well, but that was the point.
I'm
of
not saying
the,
it's a negative thing. You're talking about your points. I know your points you're talking about. I get it, but that is
I'm not
why
talking about
my
that.
teacher at Harvard, my professor at Harvard, who went there and now she teaches there, she said you should do a TED Talk because I made a good point about it. And look, I have no
Did you
problem.
make 2 good points about it?
See, that's my point.
I was only just trying to help your
See?
humor because it needs it right now.
Wonder Woman.
Almighty ISIS. Oh, that's another show. So my issue. Are you done?
I am.
But she's not finished.
Woo!
Oh, there's a country song. I might be done, but I'm
What
not
happened
finished.
to my hat? Why does it look so Daisy May now or so weird? So, I don't know. I feel like.
So here's my issue
Ellie
with
Mae.
all of these
All right.
schools of higher learning. Why are you waiting for people to find you out? Why don't you do some policing yourselves? Okay, if you truly are a school of higher learning, if you are proud of your colors, if you're proud of your mascot, you're proud of your school, then you ought to do this policing yourself. Don't make it so other people have to come and catch you at something. Don't fall into the BS belief that you're not wrong unless and until you get caught.
How much time do we have,
Okay?
honey?
I don't know. We have 3 minutes. I guess I do know. But don't fall into that. And I guess in your lives too, folks. Don't it's so embarrassing to me. And I never went to college. I mean, I played guitar at a couple of colleges, but I never actually went to a college.
You didn't
But
need
it
to.
just
You're so
it
smart.
annoys me that these folks seem like everything that they have done that they know is wrong is okay until and unless they get caught. I mean, how Bill Clinton can you be? I'm sorry, I did not have sex with that woman. Now, she had a hell of a lot of sex with me, but I never had sex with that woman. Please, Bill, please don't. I'm going to find a picture, Tony, and give it to you of me. And I was at the opening of Tyler Perry Studios, and Tyler and I were the only 2 guys wearing a white dinner jacket, white tuxedo, white tie and not tails. But so he was talking to somebody, and Will Smith was there. So I see Will and Tyler there, and they're talking to this guy. And I come up, like I want to talk to them.
I'm pulling a Will Smith.
I know it's a Will Smith. I get it. Ha ha. So I put my hand on this guy's shoulder and I wait for Will or Tyler or somebody to finish their statement. And then I'm saying like, so Tyler, and I look like that, and it's Bill Clinton. So I'm there with my hand on Bill Clinton's shoulder, and nobody said anything. But I tell you what, he's very disarming. He was very,
course he
very
is. He's
disarming,
very charming.
very, very charming.
I admit that.
Give me honest and abrupt and direct over a charming, slippery politician any day. But Harvard and all you folks who are perpetuating hatred of Jews, of anybody, shame on you.
Let's
I'll
just
go
say,
back to
I
that
don't want
thing.
my degree from Harvard. I'd rather
I'll go
have
back
it from.
to that thing I said earlier. If you believe God told you to hate these people, whoever these people are, you are wrong. So,
Look, if you don't like someone,
Reconsider.
just stay away. I mean, to me, it's like leave them alone. If you don't like people, that's okay, but leave them alone. It's not your business.
Yeah, it's not your business. It's not your business.
No.
No, we're supposed to help each other. We're supposed to support each other. We are supposed to identify opportunity and help people achieve it. Happiness, however they define it, unless happiness, how they define it. This goes back, I'm sorry, I know a lot. This goes back to Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Well, if you're supposed to do unto others, then what about the sadist? Are you supposed to do to the sadist what the sadist wants to do to you? Stop that mental masturbation. You know what I'm talking about. Hatred is not godly. It's just not. If somebody is doing something bad, if there's a group of people who are doing something bad to another group of people, God will handle them. Now, war is a different thing. But God will handle that. You are not God's messenger of hate. I don't care who you are. You are God's messenger of either ambivalence or love. But it ain't hate. It ain't. I'm going to put that on a T-shirt.
So we've got very little time left. We got like 20 seconds or
There's
something.
some diagnosis I'm unaware of.
I love you, honey.
Why does... Okay. Continue.
Do this. What does this mean?
Wah. We all know what that. We all saw
We
Star
always
Wars.
do that. We're always
means
like-
so much. Wah. That means I agree, I disagree, I understand, I don't understand. Get the hell out of my bar. Go ahead and it means everything.
So we're so
Wah.
happy to be here in Burbank at the studio with Tony, and we have a 50-state tour coming up, and we're doing that out of love for America. It is the
We are.
sesquicentennial, the 250th anniversary of our country. It's the 250th anniversary birthday party,
Birthday
basically.
party, yep.
250th birthday party. So we really want your input. You've given it to us every week, but we want more and more of it because we really are putting the schedule together. So we're filling in
we're
the
serious.
blanks.
We were serious, but come July 4th, we're going to be playing Madison July 3rd at
That's
11:30 through midnight. And then we're going to be playing Dunlap, Tennessee on the actual 4th, and then we're going to be back to Madison for the regatta, which I'm very excited about to watch the hydroplane. Hydroplane? Yeah.
Yes, hydroplane racing.
races. Or is it hydrofoil?
Kind of plain.
Okay, hydroplane.
So point being is we're going to do it our way. This is not like a typical
Mary
like
Tyler
Warner
Moore.
Brothers tour
Our
or whatever.
way, yes, our way.
We want to celebrate every state in a really lovely way. Very small, very big, different, whatever
I'm
that
looking
flavor
for a
is.
picture. I'm not ignoring it.
So
I'm looking
please
for a picture.
give us your suggestions of places, hosts, whatever, for every state in our country because we're going to take 1 year to honor our country. Happy birthday, America. And we want to do it right. So if you have some special suggestions, let us know. Right,
There we
baby?
go. Absolutely. I'm looking for that picture to put up of well, that's not it. I'll find it.
I think we're done. I
Yes,
think
so
we're out of time.
what you need to do, you go out there, love people, love one another, help people, right? Help people out, because the days are rough. And the days are not. You just never know.
Well, we're blessed. We have
what
wonderful
somebody is
days,
going-
but we want you all to have wonderful days too. So
We
let's-
do, but we also want you to help other people have wonderful days.
Yes.
Okay? It's important that you do that. And I promise, even if you're sleeping on a park bench during an earthquake, traveling across this great country of ours, that you will have a better day for having done it.
He slept all night. Don't let him give you
I always
the wrong
sleep all
impression.
night. In
Well, I
fact,
know.
Anyway.
Park Bridge.
So you've been watching, you've been tolerating Drinks with John
and Dee Dee.
right here. I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Give me a kiss, but not in the void. Come all the way over here. All right. Ah! Ow! Ow! You all take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah!